If you open up any expat forum, Facebook group, or YouTube comment section right now, you will see a massive group of people repeating the exact same phrase like a comforting mantra. I'm married to a Thai national, so I'm fine. Or, I'm on a retirement visa. They only look at my 800,000 baht deposit. Some guys are even dropping tens of thousands of dollars on the new destination Thailand visa or a high-tier privilege card. And they are genuinely believing that buying an expensive, long-term stamp acts as a legal shield against the revenue department. So I've come up with a name for this, and I'm going to call it the invisibility cloak delusion. It is the psychological coping mechanism of the Western expat who has spent 10 or 15 years navigating Thailand through immigration shortcuts, local fixers, and grey area visa agents. For over a decade, we all got used to a system where the immigration desk was the ultimate gatekeeper of your life. If your passport was stamped, you were safe. If you hit the financial thresholds at the local visa office, the rest of the state didn't care who you were or how you funded your life. But right now, the entire administrative landscape of Thailand is going through a massive structural evolution. The old world of fragmented analog bureaucracy is being systematically replaced by an interconnected, data-driven architecture. And the single biggest mistake you can make right now is assuming that because an immigration officer smiled, signed your marriage renewal, and sent you on your way, the taxman isn't sitting in an office down the road looking directly at your international bank transfers. So today, we need to take off the blinders and separate fantasy from cold, hard reality. We are going to break down the exact legal mechanics of why your visa status has absolutely zero power over your tax liabilities, how the Thai Revenue Department is shifting from manual inspections to automated banking compliance, and why the old playbook of hiding behind a specific passport stamp is a one-way ticket to a retrospective audit nightmare. So, to understand why your visa won't save you, you have to understand a fundamental rule of global law that thousands of expats choose to ignore. Immigration status and tax residency are two completely different legal frameworks handled by entirely different ministries. Immigration is governed by the Ministry of Interior. Their job is simple. They look at your passport, check your background, verify your basic visa criteria, and decide if you have the physical right to stand on Thai soil. They don't care about your global investment portfolio. They don't care about your offshore corporate structures. They only care about the mechanics of your stay. Now, tax residency, on the other hand, is governed by the Ministry of Finance and the Revenue Department under Article 41 of the Thai Tax Code. And their rule is absolute, unyielding, and completely indifferent to the type of sticker in your passport. If you are physically present inside the Kingdom of Thailand for a cumulative total of 180 days or more in a single calendar year, you are legally classified as a Thai tax resident. The system does not care if you are here on an old-school non-immigrant retirement stamp, a marriage visa, a student visa, an elite card, or a digital nomad permit. The moment day 180 clicks over, your tax profile permanently changes. You are no longer just a tourist spending foreign cash. You are a resident operating inside the domestic tax jurisdiction. Think about the sheer irony of the current scramble. You have guys paying massive premiums to agents or upgrading to premium visa tiers, thinking they are buying security. But by buying a multi-year, long-term visa that guarantees they can stay in the country year-round. They are literally signing a document that guarantees they will hit the 180-day tax residency threshold every single year. You are literally paying top dollar to lock yourself directly into the tax net, while simultaneously bragging in the comments that you are completely invisible to the system. It is a level of financial blindness that is going to cost people their life savings when the compliance notices start landing. So, with this, let's dismantle the specific arguments people are using to defend their comfort zones. The most common pushback I get on this channel sounds like this. Dan, check the rules for the marriage visa. It only requires a 400,000 baht bank deposit or a 40,000 baht monthly income, and it has no health insurance requirement. Therefore, the new tax laws don't apply to me. Now, do you see the massive logical leap there? You are using a local immigration loophole to justify why you shouldn't pay income tax. So let's look at the actual math of how a marriage visa can actually accelerate your exposure to an audit. To renew that visa every year, you have to prove you are bringing in at least 40,000 baht a month from overseas, or keeping a lump sum in a local bank. If you choose the monthly remittance route, you are making 12 highly visible, identical international wire transfers directly into a Thai commercial bank account every single year. And under the updated enforcement guidelines, those incoming transfers are no longer just viewed as visa maintenance funds. The Revenue Department now treats any income foreign remittance as potential assessable income. If you are a tax resident transferring money from a UK pension, an offshore business, or a Western investment fund to hit that monthly 40,000 baht mark, that money is exposed to Thai progressive tax brackets. The fact that you have a marriage certificate and a local spouse doesn't give you a 0% tax rate. It just means you found a cheaper way to stay in the country while leaving a perfect automated digital paper trail of your taxable foreign income for the Revenue Department to look at. Now, the same exact trap applies to the retirement crowd. For years, the retirement visa was the ultimate low-effort path. You keep 800,000 baht in a bank, or you show a steady monthly pension transfer. But the old days of relying on a sketchy visa agent to magically show a temporary bank balance are hitting a hard wall of compliance. The Thai government isn't trying to catch you at the immigration counter anymore. They are using the automated banking network to flag transaction patterns. So, when your local bank account automatically reports large, consistent, international inflows to the central financial systems, the visa type you hold becomes completely irrelevant. The system simply triggers a flag. The individual is a long-term resident. They are bringing in cross-border wealth. And there is no corresponding tax identification number or annual return attached to their profile. Now, a lot of old-school expats love to dismiss this reality by leaning on the classic Thai efficiency argument. They simply laugh and say the Thai government can't even manage traffic or coordinate basic local paperwork. So how on earth are they going to audit hundreds of thousands of foreign retirees and digital nomads? And guess what? 10 years ago, they would have been completely right. If this required an army of local tax inspectors manually auditing paper bank books in rural provinces, nothing would ever happen. But that is not how modern tax compliance works. We are living in a digital-first era where the Thai Revenue Department is actively aligning with international standards, updating their systems to utilize automated data matching, digital banking frameworks, and strict transaction tracing. They don't need a field agent to look at your laptop. They simply require Thai commercial banks to share cross-border remittance data directly with the central tax database. The system does the heavy lifting for them. It automatically cross-references international incoming wire transfers against tax filings. So if a foreign national is living in a high-end condo in Hua Hin, Pattaya, or Phuket, renewing a long-term visa every year and transferring millions of baht into the country without a local tax file, the system flags the anomaly. And here is the kicker that almost every expat completely miscalculates: the shift in the burden of proof. In Western legal systems, you are generally innocent until proven guilty. The state has to do the hard work to prove you owe them money, but the Thai Revenue Department operates on an entirely different operational philosophy. If they flag your international remittances, they don't have to spend months analysing your offshore life. They simply issue an assessment based on the total value of the funds you brought into the country. So, the burden of proof falls entirely 100% on you to prove that money isn't taxable income. And if you want to claim that those transfers are actually old, pre-2024 principal savings, or that they consist of specific tax-exempt funds under a double taxation agreement, then the taxman isn't going to take your word for it. They will expect you to produce a pristine, certified paper trail of foreign bank statements, tax returns, P60s, and asset valuations tracing that money back for years. So if your accounts are a messy, commingled bucket of old cash, new interest payouts and monthly pension dividends, you won't be able to prove it. And the default position of the local tax office will be to assess the entire transfer under progressive tax brackets that climb all the way up to 35%. So, what is the actual strategic takeaway here? If you want to survive as an expat in this changing landscape, you have to stop thinking like a tourist behind a visa stamp and start thinking like a global asset manager. You have to accept that the old era of total financial invisibility is dead, and the only real protection is total structural organization. First, stop relying on the marriage visa shield or the elite card defense as an excuse to ignore your finances. Sit down and calculate your actual days on the ground. If you are cross-border commuting or split living to stay under 180 days, track your passport entries with absolute precision. One single extra week in the country turns you into a tax resident, retroactively exposing your entire remittance history for that calendar year. Second, if you are a permanent resident staying over 180 days, you need to completely audit-proof your bank transfers right now. You cannot have your monthly income streams dumping into the exact same offshore account as your historical savings. If you transfer money into Thailand from a mixed account, you lose the ability to cleanly prove the source. You need to create a complete physical separation. Keep your pre-2024 tax-free capital in isolated accounts and use that clean capital exclusively for your Thai transfers if you want to protect your current income from local exposure. Now please understand the landscape of Thailand isn't changing because the government hates expats. It's changing because the country is modernizing its economy and closing the massive colonial-style tax loopholes that Westerners took for granted for 30 years. So, the dream of living out here on a high-tier lifestyle while paying zero tax to any government on earth is hitting a hard wall of digital reality. So if you want to keep enjoying the incredible food, the scenic landscapes, the low cost of living, and the freedom that makes Thailand the best place on earth to live. You have to be willing to adapt to the new architecture. Stop listening to the guy at the local expat bar who claims he hasn't filed a paper in 20 years. He is playing Russian roulette with a fully automated system. Do the research, separate your assets, get your paper trail locked down today, and protect the life that you've built out in Thailand. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and drop your thoughts on the burden of proof below, and I'll see you in the next one.